I knew where they ended up, but how we got there, I didn't really have any clue.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm Jonathan Bloomberg, writing for movies in Sweden.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good, thank you.
So I finished the entire series just a couple of days ago,
Hmm.
and really loving what the whole vibe of the show. And we get to spend a lot of more time with your character at the end of the series.
Hmm.
So I was wondering kind of how much you knew going into the project about your own character and her involvement in the bigger picture, so to say.
Yeah, I didn't really know exactly how much I was gonna have to do or where the storyline was going. I knew where they ended up, but how we got there, I didn't really have any clue.
Yeah,
Um, I kind of just jumped in because I loved the story that we were trying to tell, and I loved the team that was assembled. And then I was like, well, I guess I'll just go along for the ride and see what happens.
yeah. The chemistry between your two main, like with the main character, and kind of how we get to see him, like he's not entirely there,
Mm,
if you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
I was wondering how if you guys were talking about how to kind of deal with those scenes as tastefully as one can.
Yeah, it was really important to Andre and I to be respectful of Huey and Gwen, um, without having really either of them to talk to, right? But I know it's really important for Andre that he protect, the legacy of Huey. And for us, it's really a love story in a lot of ways. We looked at it as a love story between these two people who are fighting against the forces of the world, but trying to preserve their love. And for me, my intention was always for Gwen. She is so solar focused on this man, not just because she's in love with this man, but she knows what he could mean to the world. And so she's willing to do kind of ridiculous things, in order to protect him and cover him in a way that the rest of the world isn't. So that's a lot of what our conversations were about for building up our relationship.
Yeah, I see. And like I had obviously heard of the Black Panther movement,
Mm.
but I mean, I live in Sweden, so,
Yeah.
so it hasn't been like as big of a deal over here. So this is my first time really getting into what that movement actually meant.
Yeah.
So I was wondering also how you feel like showing this on a for everyone that has Apple now to kind of really get to learn more about this movement and what it was really supposed to be. What does that mean for you?
Yeah, it means a lot for me. I mean, personally, I am always really interested in this time period and in the movement for, kind of the first wave of movement for Black lives in this country as we go through, these cycles over and over again, of trying to get equality in this country. And I think the Panthers are such an important part of the African American experience, and being able to share that with the world through Apple, to share Huey's story, a little bit of his story, and share this part of his story that I don't think a lot of people have ever heard about, is really, really exciting. Just hearing that you didn't know much, and this show was able to, tell you new things that you didn't know. I think that's part of what we're going for. So I'm proud of that.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. So thanks a lot for taking the time to speak with me
Thank
today,
you.
and best of luck with the premiere. I'm sure it will go great.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.